Hi, this is Jason, the guitar teacher with Bring the Music to You. And today I'm going to go over how to play Sweet Home Alabama, some basic stuff regarding the main riff of the song, the part that tends to stick in our head, that riff that goes. Okay. First of all, I'd like to talk about the chords that are involved in that song. That song's in the key of G. It's a 1-4-5 in reverse. So 1-4-5 in the key of G would be G, C, then D. In this case, it's going to go D, and then C, and then G. During the main riff, during the verses, you could actually just play the chords as follows. The C will actually be a C add 9, which allows me to leave my third finger here pivoting. You'll see, looks like this. D, third finger pivots over so that I can get that C add 9 chord, and then the G chord. The G chord gives twice as much duration as the other two chords. So it sounds basically like this when they're singing. Something to that effect. There is a tab available for you students that want the exact details of how it's played. The main scale that's involved in little embellishments you hear when they're playing that intro riff that sounds so cool is what we call the E minor pentatonic, or it's also called the G major pentatonic. So we're looking at the 0, 3, 0, 2, 0, 2, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 3 that you've possibly picked up from me by now if you're taking lessons with me. Okay, so again, that's the E minor pentatonic or G major pentatonic. Right hand wise, we've got, when he's playing the D chord, let's look at the main intro riff there. Really, you don't need the second finger for the D chord. You just need the first and the third finger. He's going to play two little plucks on the root, the D string in other words, and then you could use your pick to do two upstrokes in a row, upstroke on the B string, then an upstroke on the G string. Then, when you go to the C chord, you can do a little pull off. All you really need are these two fingers for the C chord. Pluck that C, pull off to the open A, and then come back down to the C note. And again, on the B and the G strings, two quick upstrokes. That's if you're playing pick style. And then, again, for the G chord, all you really need are these two fingers. And again, it's with a little pull off to the open string, then coming right back to the root of the chord. And again, two quick upstrokes on the B and the G strings in a row. The reason I'm doing upstrokes is it just makes sense. For the speed the notes are getting played at, I can get them all in one big upward sweep. Now that could also be done finger style. Finger style would look like this: thumb, thumb, middle, index. So basically I'm playing with these three fingers, P, I, and M. Okay? Then from there, we've got this little embellishment that happens in the tune. That's where I'm saying it's based off the pentatonic scale that you've learned. You get this 0, 2 on the A string, and then 0, 2, 0 on the D string, 2 on the A string, and a pull off from 2 to 0 on the G string. Okay, that's the main part you're looking to do. Okay, this is how it sounds. I'm going to go ahead and play it finger style for you. Okay, that's basically what's happening with it. You may have noticed, again, there's the special techniques. First of all, that third finger stays put. We're doing simplified versions of the D chord. No second finger necessary. Only these two fingers necessary to play the C chord. And only these two fingers necessary to play the G chord. Again, that C chord is actually a C add 9. Something we should go over in our lessons if you haven't learned that chord yet. You'll see it in the tablature also as you get it. And so again, we've also got the hammer-ons. We've got this bend at the end of the second embellishment. Second time through, you get this. It's not 100% accurate there. There we go, that's a little bit more accurate. Basically, I want to take the 5th fret of the G string and make it sound like the 3rd fret of the B string, which is the note D. So I'm taking C and making it sound like D. Called the whole step bend. And that's just, that second embellishment is just on the G string. Pull off from 2, pull off from 4, big bend on the 5th fret. So, there is the main riff to Sweet Home Alabama. If you want to talk about the rhythms, one other thing I'd point out, basically the main part of what's happening, 2 8th notes, 16th, 8th, and then 16th. So if I'm clapping the 8th notes, bump, bump, ba-da, da, bump, bump, ba-da, da, bump. So you may notice some of the notes are happening with my hand out, some of the notes are happening with my hand together. Okay, and that's where we get that interesting little mixed rhythm there. Bump, bump, ba-da, da, bump, bump, ba-da, da, bump, bump. Okay, and that's the basics of it. We'll talk more about it in lessons.